I remembered my card. So we have switched from the book of Genesis that we were doing. We are now in the book of Exodus, which is the second book of the Bible. And the book of Exodus talks about the descendants of Jacob's 12 sons as they leave Egypt. After Jacob's family moved to Egypt to join Joseph, his children had children who had children who had children. And after 400 years, the descendants of Jacob, who are now called the Israelites, were a huge nation of people. The Bible lists, 300,000 men when it counted the tribes as they left. There were 300,000 men, plus all their wives, all their children were all there. So there were a lot of people. Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, became afraid of the Israelites, so he made them slaves. He even killed many of their baby boys, and we covered that last week. The Israelites cried out to God for help, and God appeared to Moses in a burning bush, this is spoilers, on Mount Sinai. He told Moses to lead the people out of Egypt. Pharaoh would not let the Israelites go, so God sent 10 plagues on the Egyptians. After the plagues, the Israelites crossed the Red Sea on dry ground. Then they went to Mount Sinai, where God gave them the law of Moses. And to look at our map, they are in Egypt here, and this is Canaan's land here. So they want to go from here to here. But at the moment, the Bible says they were crying out because their slavery was so harsh that they were miserable. Slavery is pretty miserable. Actually, even good slavery is not good. Slavery is just a bad thing. And they were crying out because they were being treated so badly. Moses, meanwhile, has been growing up in Pharaoh's palace. Josephus, not the Bible, but Josephus says that Moses was actually commander of the Egyptian army during this time period. We don't know if that's true or not. It's an interesting idea that he received a lot of training on how he would need to lead a country because he was expected to become Pharaoh at some point. But he knew he was an Israelite. So he went out one day to see how his relatives were doing, to see how the Israelites were faring. And when he did go out, he saw an Egyptian mistreating one of the Israelites, who was his slave. The Bible says that Moses looked, and he looked, and then he killed the Egyptian. So it wasn't heat of the moment. He made sure no one was watching. And he killed the Egyptian and hid him. The next day, he went back out to talk to see how the Israelites were doing. And two of them were having a fight. And he said, hey, you need to quit fighting. I mean, you're the same people. You shouldn't be fighting like this. And the one who had started the argument said, you're going to kill me like you did the Egyptian? And Moses said, oops. They know. And if they know Pharaoh, I think I need to move. And in fact, Pharaoh did know and was sending out to try and kill him at that time. Moses left the country. And he went to Midian, which would have been around this area here. So he went there, and he came to a group of sheep around a well. And there were some female shepherds trying to water their sheep. Some other shepherds were giving him a hard time and chasing him away. Moses stopped the shepherds from giving the girl shepherds a hard time and helped the girl shepherds to water their sheep. It turns out they were the daughters of a man named Reuel, and they took him home with them, and he lived with that man for a number of years. In fact, he married one of the daughters, probably one of the shepherd ladies, and had a son, and he began to be the shepherd for the sheep for his father-in-law. So he's had The first phase of his education was growing up in Pharaoh's palace. He knows how royalty acts and how to talk to royalty. He knows, probably learned military and all of that. Now he gets the second part of his education. He gets to learn how to take care of sheep. And that's going to prepare him for the final job God has for him to do, taking care of sheep in the backside of the desert. Okay, let's sing a song. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the